My next guest, Ashley, says she has suffered with the skin disorder atopic dermatitis, the most common form of eczema, since she was a child. Now at 27, she says her disease has affected her personal and social life as well as her self-esteem. Take a look.
I've had eczema all of my life. I grew up constantly scratching my skin and bleeding. I've had eczema on my face, my neck, arms, my back right now. It's everywhere. I was ashamed of my eczema. I have a love-hate relationship with mirrors. I didn't want to see how I looked because I already felt it. I got to a point where I said enough is enough. I was tired of being in pain. I had to confront my eczema. I call myself an eczema warrior because I've learned how to embrace it. Meditating, dieting, and yoga have been a life changer for me. I want people to know we're just as beautiful as any other person who has normal skin.
Well, Ashley is joining me along with our very good friend, Dr. Freda Lewis-Hall. She's Chief Patient Officer of Pfizer, so welcome to both of you.
Thank you so much.
Ashley, what has been the most difficult part of living with eczema your entire life?
Oh yes, as a child, it was the bullying. I couldn't just go to school like any normal kid. And as an adult, I had a lot of insecurities and really figuring out who I was as a woman.
Dr. Freda, exactly what is eczema?
So first let me dispel a couple of misconceptions about eczema. It's not just a rash. It is a chronic inflammatory skin disease that is actually rooted in the overreaction of the body's immune system. Over 30 million people in the US suffer from some form of eczema, and about 18 million suffer with atopic dermatitis, which is a form that Ashley has. And it is not contagious.
Wow, so we have some pictures of a few of Ashley's recent flare-ups. Can you explain what happens during a typical flare-up?
Sure. So the skin becomes scaly, red, and dry. And in some cases, people may also experience oozing and crusted bumps. For some people, when the skin becomes dry and irritated, they experience intense itching. This can lead to scratching, enough so that the skin may break down or kind of tear and crack and it bleeds. This intensifies or may intensify the flare and may lead to infection.
What is your experience?
I go through all of that. And as you mentioned, many people think that it's just a skin issue, that eczema is just a skin condition, when in fact, it's actually emotionally and mentally draining on an individual. And it wasn't until over the years of doing self-development work that I've really learned how to accept who I am and not allow the eczema to define me.
Okay, is there a cure for eczema?
There is no cure for eczema yet. About 50% of people who are diagnosed with eczema in childhood will continue to have symptoms into adolescence and adulthood. And like Ashley, that means that patients are managing this over a lifetime.
All right, so for anybody that's suffering with eczema, what's the best way to manage it?
Yeah, so first of all, this may require a variety of strategies and approaches over time. So it's really important to work with your healthcare provider to discuss, to get a plan, and kind of update that plan. And the plan can include a whole range of things. And you mentioned triggers. So one of the things that often happens in plans is let's figure out what those triggers are and then learn to avoid them or manage them. They may also include preventive strategies, using fragrance-free moisturizers, making sure your skin is hydrated, ensuring that you're using gentle cleansers, avoiding strong detergents. And then we can't minimize the importance of dealing with the emotional side of this. And studies show that people who suffer with inflammatory skin diseases like eczema are more susceptible to mental health issues. So make sure that you're open and honest when you're talking to your doctor about any emotional challenges that you may be dealing with your eczema.
Now, there's a lot to know about eczema and living with the condition, and you can find much more information at gethealthystayhealthy.com, which is one of my favorite websites. It's an outstanding resource for any health-related issue, including eczema.
Yeah. And of course, while you're there, you can sign up for the monthly newsletter. Have information sent right to you.
Yeah, you'll love the website and you'll love the newsletter. It's gethealthystayhealthy.com. I want to thank all of my guests today, and a special thanks to Dr. Freda Lewis-Hall.